Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Play first on PS4.
PlayStation.
Break me down. You got a lovely face. We're going to your place. And now you got to freak me out. Scream so loud. Getting fucking late. You want me to stay. But I got to make my way. Hey, you're crazy bitch, but you're so good I'm on top of it when I dream. I'm doing you all night. Scratches all down my back to keep me right.
That's a good rock and roll. And kill it, right? Yeah. I gotta kill it. That was so dirty, so nasty. That's such a sweet lick. What's up, guys? only those of you that showed early will get the fruits of that labor. Let's have a beer. All right. So good to see you all. I should have made a list. I really should have. Lots of things on my mind, and I'm having a hard time sorting them out right now. So maybe I'll just roll with the chat for a little bit and see if I can just get off on a tangent, because it's weird. This thing went live and I forgot everything I wanted to talk about. So. All right. Well, maybe not everything I wanted to talk about. I do remember some of it, I think. No, I won't. I'm not going to talk about that. No, KK. That's not happening. What would I like to talk about? You know what I want to talk about? I know what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the news cycle. I want to talk about what's going on in the news cycle. In the likes of Fox News, in the likes of MSNBC, CNN. And it's what we're starting to see kind of on, like, there's some leftist Democrat congressmen that are now kind of on public record saying that, hey, they're not really behind the impeachment. Okay. They're not really behind the impeachment. They're not feeling it. So Thursday, they're supposed to, Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats with Adam Schiff and Jerry Nadler are supposed to put something before the House that is basically, I think it's asking whether, there's continued credibility into the inquiry, which isn't an inquiry. It's the dumbest shit ever. It's not an impeachment inquiry. It hasn't been voted on. It hasn't been designated anything outside of what Adam Schiff wants to privately call this, which is his own little gathering of people and then leaking it. Here's my question. They want it so private that nobody can hear anything, so they put it in a skiff. The skiff is a secret compartmentalized area where nothing can penetrate it with sound or electronics or nothing. It is a safe zone. Democrats love it. It's the safest space ever. It's called a skiff. They happen to have one in the basement. I'm not joking. In the basement of the Capitol in DC. That's where Adam Schiff is having these things done. And it basically looks like a shipping container with a door on it. And it's completely insulated, so you can't get in. One of these are in the basement of the Capitol. Okay? I don't know if you knew that. So how is information being leaked out to national newspapers like the Washington Post, the failing New York Times. I know I've heard that somewhere. And the likes of CNN, MSNBC, all the usual players, all the usual suspects, all these people. How is it that information from this skiff is getting leaked out to these news outlets? How is that even happening? And why is that not throwing everybody into a frenzy saying, how is this happening? How is it happening that information could get out of that skiff and put into the national news cycle? And nobody looks at it and goes, what? How are people not going crazy over this? The Republicans cannot even come in to listen to any of the testimony, yet information is being leaked out selectively to try to paint a narrative against. They are trying to paint a new narrative. The Mueller 2-year Russian probe investigation failed miserably, terribly. And their backs are against the wall. And they're going for a new straw man type defense. Actually, that makes no sense to say it that way. That's not what that is. They are going for a new narrative, and they are clutching at straws, is what I really wanted to say. And trying to frame this president in any way possible, because their world is crumbling before our eyes. It is. It continues to. Now, there's talk that I heard something interesting. Very interesting. So there's supposed to be some sort of vote to whether to entertain, I guess. It's not the right verbiage, but it's to entertain the impeachment inquiry, that maybe it has enough foothold that it could actually become an inquiry, but nothing is nothing without a vote in the House of Representatives. If they will not put it up for a vote, Trump and the Republicans do not have to answer or do anything, because they don't have any ability to cross-examine, to even be in the existence until they get a vote. All right, so damn. Maybe we'll come back to whatever that was. Yeah, I read that, Robert Wallace. I'm sorry about that, buddy. How long has it been out? How long are you going to be out? What's the projection? This is bullshit. What's going on in California? I should have written a list. I should have written a list. Damn it. Yeah, that's not cool. 2 days. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, I'm just checking out tweets, Twitter, all that stuff. Oh, well. That's very cool. Well, let's see if our fine, fearless president has been tweeting at all this evening. Things have been relatively quiet. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. I just got back my point. So, as they push to have this impeachment inquiry, there's been speculation that Thursday. So, the speculation, which is very loose lipped, it's not anything that could even, but it won't be surprising if it happens, is that if tomorrow, if the FISA documents drop, President Trump has made it very clear that he has firmly put it in the hands of Attorney General Bill Barr, who just came off his investigation with John Durham. And John Durham's been investigating all this. The left sees that the house of cards are crumbling. They see that it's all coming down. I hope by now most of you do. I do. I mean, it's just not even a question anymore, right? It's happening. It's truly happening right in front of our eyes. I know I say that all the time. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I do, but it is. It is. I can't apologize for that. It's happening right in front of us now. We are watching panic happen right in front of us. And maybe I just have to come on here every night and remind you that we're watching panic because there's panic. Chuck Schumer came out today. I mean, he came out and tried to turn this whole thing with al-Baghdadi into it's fantastic that we got him. Shout out to the servicemen that went and got him. But, don't give President Trump any of the credit because he had nothing to do with it. We have to thank our Kurdish allies who gave us the pinpoint precision and everything of where he was, which, okay, he can paint the tape however he wants. He can put the narrative up that way. That's fine. Go ahead, Chuck Schumer. You be you ghoulish fuck. And he is. But the reality is that something happened when President Trump called for the 5-day ceasefire in Syria between Syria and the Turks. I spoke about this the other night. I'm positive of it. Something happened with the ceasefire that sparked a visit to the country of Jordan by Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff. Now, the real next question at hand should be, what happened while Pelosi and Schiff were in Jordan? What kind of communication happened between them potentially and al-Baghdadi? Something, because they return, and at the end of the ceasefire, 2 days after the ceasefire, we got our guys, we got our boys, we got our A-team going in. Actually, it was Delta that went in, but they went in and they took care of business. And I also have heard some speculation that Trump was sending a message when he was giving the speech about how we got al-Baghdadi and how he fled and he took his 3 kids and he put himself into a cave. Okay, I covered all that. I get it. But the flip side of that tonight is that it sounds like that maybe could have potentially been a message to the deep state about him whimpering and crying and going crazy in a dead-end cave. It may have been a message to the Patriots. It's too early to tell, although at this point, anything's possible and becomes more possible by the day. But that was one speculation, is why he drove that point home about him whimpering and crying and being in the cave, a dead-end cave, is that he was sending a message to the deep state that we have it all. We've got everything, and you got nothing. You got nothing but mainstream television and a handful of wishes. That's it. That's all they have. They have nothing. They have nothing. They got dick. They got a big fat handful of dick. The deep state's cooked. They're done. They're done. They're done. But I digress. But they're done. Deep state's done. You're in the winning phase of being a patriot. Things have officially tipped. This has been the year of the boomerang. There's the boomerang. I just caught it. I came back. And the mainstream television is getting their ass spanked from the boomerang. And it's only going to get worse. You all will probably have great holidays. Me too, I hope. The deep state will not be having many great nights moving forward. I imagine most of them, once they heard that this turned into a criminal investigation by Durham, are having a hard time even really getting any sleep. The full unredacted Horowitz IG report is about to be released. It's about as thick as a phone book and mostly unredacted. This has all been set up for right now, you guys. This whole plan has been culminating and moving us into the direction of where we're at right now. There had to be a pushback on to Pelosi and all them. They are steering them to try to push an impeachment vote. My guess is that President Trump and his team are expecting them to try to impeach him, and that they have a game plan completely ready for that when they do. But what I suspect is that, dare I say, I almost suspect that there's enough Democrat people that are awake, and there are enough Democrat senators that aren't part of the swamp. Because when you have over 500 senators in the nation that are part of Congress, the House of Representatives, man, most of them are not going to be deep state. And a fair amount of them won their seat last November in a county that Trump won handedly in the 2016 election. So these people need to think good and hard. They probably came in to their people of their communities and said, listen, I am a Democrat. I believe in taking care of people. I believe in libertarian reasons. And I meshed those within the Democrat Party. And I think we should take care of people, and there should be Medicare, health care for everybody. And I believe in helping people, but we should have walls. Things that they associate with Trump on. I think that we should have border security. I think that we should try to get out of Iraq or Iran. That's the only thing that would explain why they got elected in the first place, unless they aligned themselves in their democratic policies to differentiate themselves from the likes of Nancy Pelosi and the squad and the douchebags like Schiff and Nadler and Swalwell and Kamala Harris and the independent Bernie Sanders, and just differentiate themselves from Pocahontas and Pete Buttigieg, Joe Biden. Joe Biden is a real beauty. But yes. All right. That's cool. I go off on tangents and forget where I was going. That's great. Oh, look. On television, the Shrine Circus is coming to town. I see people doing trapeze things, putting circles on them, waving. These people are in the circus. These may be. No, maybe not. That's crazy what they do. It's really admirable and crazy. I mean, you're in the circus, though. Hi, what do you do for a living? I'm in the circus. Okay. Yeah, I'm in the circus. I'm the duck-billed platypus guy. Oh my God. I was going to say, I think Brian Rosenberg's here. It's Brian Griffin. It's Brian Griffin. My brother Brian. It's funny, Lois. His name's Brian. Y'all clowning. You guys having a good night? You guys having fun? You having a good night? Everybody doing good? That's funny, Brian. It's so nice to see you guys. Thanks for coming up and dealing with my random musings and quims. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all showing up. It's crazy to me why you do, but I'm so happy to see you. I am. It's awesome. What's up, James Orbach? What's up, man? We got people chatting away. I bet he does, Brian. Yeah, that guy's a douche, Robert Wallace. I really don't like that guy. I don't care for him much at all. He's a I don't even know the word, but he worships Adam Schiff. So there's that. He worships Adam Schiff. So what would that make Swallowswell? Swalwell. What would that make him? Swallowswell. Swalwell. He worships Adam Schiff. Nasty man. Don't care for him one bit. He's a piece of shit, to be honest. And then there's Brian, the other Brian. We got Brian Griffin. He's here. And Brian Rosenberg. It's the battle of the Bryans. I'm going to beat you, Brian. I'm going to beat you because I'm syndicated. How dare you, you son of a bitch? How dare you step on my feelings? All right, I'm sorry. I took that in a weird direction. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said it. It's non-negotiable. Tonight, I'll go crazy. I might go off the rails a little bit. You never know. You know. I could easily delete the stream tonight. Also, which might happen. But feeling fucking fruity, I guess, tonight. I'm feeling fruity. Lewandowski insulted Swallowswell, didn't he? That son of a bitch. See, Brian Rosenberg's voice has got so many great things to say like that. Brian Griffin's voice has got beautiful things to say like, I delete all my live streams. Sorry, Lois. I lost his voice in the middle of that. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's my president too, James Orbach. He's a good man. Actually, I think he's a good man. He's a hell of a president. I can tell you that. He is a hell of a president. This man knows how to run a company. And America is a company. And this man knows how to run it. I told you, I've said it 100 times. I haven't, but I've said it many times. Go back and listen to his. In fact, this will be fun. I often say, go back and listen to him 20, 30 years ago. How about I just do your homework for you tonight and you guys all just chill? I'm going to pull it up and give you just a blurb of Donald Trump speaking in 1980. Okay? Rona Barrett. There's no women named Rona anymore, by the way. Like rare. Oh my God, it's Rona Barrett. All right, here's a. I don't even know what it is. It's 42 seconds of Trump talking to Rona Barrett. Let's listen.
Some people, the ultimate goal in life. For some people, the ultimate goal in life has been becoming the president of the United States. Would you like to be the president of the United States?
I really don't believe I would, Rhoda, but I would like to see somebody as the president who could do the job, and there are very capable people in this country.
Why wouldn't you delegate yourself to public service?
Because I think it's a very mean life. I would love and I would dedicate my life to this country, but I see it as being a mean life, and I also see it as somebody with strong views and somebody with the kind of views that are maybe a little bit unpopular, which may be right, but may be unpopular, wouldn't necessarily have a chance of getting elected against somebody with no great brain but a big smile.
So there's that. And that's tame. Yeah, I think so. I think so, maybe, Brian Rosenberg. I think so, maybe. But do you feel that he was groomed on the side of good or the side of evil? That's a real question I have for you, because what you're saying is not crazy, because he has dipped his toe in the proverbial water for many years, I think, just to keep temperature of what's going on. But he's maintained his position. I think so too, Brian Rosenberg. That's what you and me. We're right here. Maybe I'm your Uncle Sal. Your Uncle Saul Rosenberg. Damn you. You guys know I'm a trumpet, right? I like President Trump. I think that's pretty safe to say. You want to hear something funny about me? Okay, I'll go in very, very light on this, but in my business world, I've always done okay, right? I've always done okay because it's usually been in like a sales capacity, and it's okay. I can communicate. I can talk to people, and you want something, I have it, and we can probably get you to buy it, and I'll stay out of the way of messing that up and just, kind of make it happen. So I've had lots, and I mean this literally, I've probably had it 4 or 5 times, 4 at least. You ever get those friends that get into like multi-level marketing? It's the next biggest thing and all that, they're super excited about it. Maybe even some of you have like joined and tried to do it, and that's okay. It's great. It's never been anything that really gripped me. But for some reason, you guys, throughout my years, somebody that I know in some way, shape, or form gets involved into a multi-level marketing, and they gravitate at me, and they want me to like join and do this stuff. Now, I can tell you that when I sell something that I believe in and I do something, I do okay at it, okay? But I've never wanted anything to do with multi-level marketing. So When it requires a payout of cash, I've just been like, no, I'm not getting a hold of anybody I know. I'm not doing that ever in my life. I'm not going and seeking out people to do that. But the people that knew me in business thought that it's something that if I chose to gravitate towards and do, that I could do it. So they'd like pay for me to like become a member of something, right? And I never cared about it. It was just like, I'm not doing it, not doing it. Kind of one of those I'll wait and see, I'll sit back, I'll wait and see. But everybody like is like instantly like, dude, you should do this. It's like, no, I don't want to do that. The reason I tell you that story is to tell you this story is that even though what's going on now with the truth movement, with Trump, with all the things that we know through all the random multiple drops, I've never attacked something as much as the truth of where I think we are right now than I have at anything in my life. In other words, the reason I didn't do those multi-level marketing things is that it wasn't real. It was just illusions. It was people looking at potential that could be there. I became actually passionate about something for the first time outside of my family life, passionate about something. And I'm like super passionate about it. It's like I really am behind what's going on right now. I see it. I'm watching it. Here we are doing a live stream. And all those other distractions in life just kind of fade away. When you live in the moment right now as we are living, most of all that shit kind of fades away. Like troubles and life. It's there, but it fades away. It's like I like physically watching it go down. I'm watching actual panic happen within a party. I'm watching a part of our government completely implode, and all the proof is there. It's happening right in front of us. It really is happening in front of us. Trump sending messages. Trump constantly tweeting and sending messages to the deep state. Guys, don't blink. You're going to miss it. I think at any given hour, honestly, not day, not week, not month, I think at any given hour, I won't be surprised that the news comes up that somebody suicided, somebody this, somebody died, somebody this. There's been like 3 senators, including Elijah Cummings, that have died in the last week. There are things that are going to start getting cleaned up by the deep state. The handwriting's on the wall. They're trying to mitigate all of the things that they are going to be shown to have collusion in. Everything they've accused Trump of doing has boomeranged back on them. They've accused him of all the things that they've actually done. It's insane, honestly. Man. All right. I don't know. That's it. All right. Hopefully somebody's going live next because I'm going to stay up for a little bit. But I think I've, completely embarrassed myself and, enough for one night. Yeah. That's okay. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good night. Take care. Bye.